There are traces in the mind of spaces that we long to find, spaces between beginnings, spaces between ends. These are spaces between moments.
We recently moved to a new city. It is much larger than any city we have ever visited, much less lived in. There is excitement with all the new things to see and do, and we love our new apartment. It isn't special. In fact, it feels a bit industrial and small. We love being on the 26th floor and looking out over the city. There are bars across the street, and we can hear the conversations and music until the wee hours of the morning. No matter, this is home now, and we will adapt to it. We begin to sleep with the windows closed to cut down on the noise. Most mornings we open the windows again to let in the cool morning air. This city is hot and humid most of the time. The coolness of the night is the reason so many people are out at all hours. It's just too hot to do much during the day. So, the people rest up, waiting for it to cool down. Then they emerge from their homes to shop and socialize. We find that even young children are out in the late hours. As we grow accustomed to the new city and settle into our new life, we create our own routine. When the sun goes down, we take to the streets, wandering about with no aim other than learning the lay of the land. We pass shops, hair salons, and restaurants, all buzzing with activity late into the evening. On our way back to the apartment, we pass people cooking food on the streets and many bars. All have plenty of customers. And so our days pass until one evening. Our sleep is disturbed by a knock. Dong dong dong. It's a strange knock. It doesn't sound like someone knocking on the door. And who would be knocking on our door at this time anyway? We hear it again. Dong dong dong. Maybe it's an echo or some noise from the bar across the street. Dong dong dong. It sounds like someone tapping at the window, but that isn't possible. How could someone tap at our window on the 26th floor? We decide we don't want to look and find out. Come, a raspy voice hisses. It is time. Our room fills with light as a figure enters and approaches our bed. We sit up and look at the figure. It is a man. He sits at the end of our bed, rests his arms on his knees, and looks down away from us. We recognize this figure, and that recognition only serves to escalate our confusion. "Grandpa," we ask. At last the figure glances our direction, but only for a moment. We get enough of a look to know that this is indeed our grandfather. How did he get here? How did he get to our city, to our apartment? What is happening? "I don't think I'm Grandpa anymore," he says to us. Then he stands up and looks toward the window. We follow his eyes to a robed figure floating outside our window. It looks like a floating black mass with a skull with burning red eyes. It stretches out a bony hand. "Come," the specter calls. We watch our grandfather walk toward the window and fade away as he approaches the figure. "See you around." The shadow hisses and shrinks to an impossibly small size, then vanishes from existence. Was it a dream? We sit in our bed wondering. Then our phone buzzes to life. It's our Aunt Jane. "I'm sorry to call you so early," she says, "but I wanted you to know as soon as possible." "Know what?" we ask. "Your grandfather passed away in his sleep last night." We drop the phone and look around the room. Grandpa found a path to the spaces between moments.